For years, Ultimate Team has been about one thing: build the best squad possible, replace your players, and repeat. But EA Sports FC 27 is trying to change that. This year, they've introduced an entirely new progression system called FUT Gallery, completely redesigning how your club grows over the course of the season, adding brand new rewards, introducing holographic items, and even giving your club its own physical space. This isn't just another menu update, this is one of the biggest Ultimate Team changes we've seen in years. I'm Hawks, and welcome to Riot Kick. Let's start with what is easily the biggest addition in today's deep dive: FUT Gallery. Instead of players simply passing through your club before being sold or submitted into SBCs, EA wants every card you earn to leave a lasting legacy. Think about that striker that carried you through your FUT champions, or the winner that started brilliantly before completely falling apart. Normally, these cards would disappear forever. Now they'll become part of your club's history. Most player items earned from packs, objectives, SBCs, rewards, and even the transfer market can become part of your gallery. Even if you sell the card later or throw it into an SBC, it can still contribute towards your gallery progression. Lone players won't count, and evolution cards are represented by the original version before the evolution began. But I actually like this idea. Ultimate Team has always been about consistently replacing players, meaning your club never really feels like it has any history. This changes that. So how does it actually work? Everything revolves around gallery sets. These sets are organised around different themes. That could be nations, leagues, clubs, campaigns. Let's say you've collected Premier League players all season. Instead of those cards sitting forgotten in your club, you can place them into your Premier League gallery set. You can fill these sets manually, or simply use the new autocomplete option to let the game fill available spaces for you. It's another layer of progression happening alongside building your Ultimate Team. But simply completing a set isn't the end. Every completed set receives a grade. Each player item contributes points. The better the card, the higher the score. So if your set only contains regular cold cards, you'll earn a lower grade. But over the course of a season, you can gradually replace those cards with campaign items, heroes, icons, and new holographic items, improving your overall set grade. That's quite clever because it gives players another reason to keep upgrading cards instead of feeling finished once a collection is complete. Every completed set also contributes towards your overall gallery level. Think of this as a second progression system running alongside your Ultimate Team. Instead of only chasing a stronger starting 11, you're also leveling up your gallery. Some sets focus purely on progression. Others are designed to showcase players that actually mean something to your club. EA is even introducing custom sets, allowing you to create displays centered around your favourite players or your own personal theme. That feels much more personal than simply collecting cards for the sake of it. Now obviously, progression needs rewards. EA says there are two main ways you'll earn them. The first comes from improving your set grades. The better your sets become, the more rewards you'll unlock. Those rewards include cosmetic, gallery tokens, and other Ultimate Team rewards. Gallery tokens introduce an entirely new token store where you can decide what to unlock, and that includes kits, badges, club customization, and something EA is calling the Hall of FUT, although they've said they'll reveal more about that later. On top of that, increasing your overall gallery unlocks milestone rewards. That includes a chance to earn the brand new holographic items, which we'll get into shortly. I quite like that players can actually choose certain rewards this year rather than everything simply being random. There's another interesting system called tags. Instead of simply stuffing your gallery with the highest rated cards possible, you'll also be rewarded for creating specific combinations. For example, a set might reward you for including enough gold players, campaign items, or other particular item types. So optimizing your gallery becomes more than just chasing overall ratings. You'll actually need to think about how your collection fits together. And finally, EA is introducing something called the Gallery Hub. On current generation consoles and PC, your Ultimate Team club now exists inside its own visual environment. Instead of endless menus, you'll actually see your favourite sets, collected player items, and parts of your club displayed around you. As your collection grows, the environment grows with it. Early in the year, you might mainly see bronze, silver, and gold cards, but by the end of the cycle, that space could be filled with icons, heroes, campaign items, and your biggest achievements from the season. It's a small touch, but it makes your club feel like something you've actually built over time instead of another collection of menus. Now let's move on to one of the flashiest additions in FC 27, Holographic Items. EA is introducing an entirely new rarity of special cards that are designed to be more prestigious than their standard versions. What's important to know is that these aren't upgraded players. If you pack a holographic version of a player, they'll have the exact same in-game attributes as the normal special item, so don't expect boosted pace, better shooting, or extra playstyles. Instead, the difference is all about rarity and presentation. These cards feature unique premium visuals designed to immediately stand out both in your squad and inside your gallery. There are actually two versions. The first is a standard holographic item, featuring an animated fall effect. Then there's the even rarer pristine holographic item, which includes an even more premium appearance, including a stylized player name. Each eligible player can only have one holographic version available, because they're much rarer than the standard special cards. They also contribute a higher score towards your gallery sets, so while they won't make your team stronger, they'll absolutely become some of the most desirable cards to collect. EA is also simplifying how base player items work. For years, we've had common bronze, common silver, common gold, rare gold. That's now gone. Instead, base items are simply just bronze, silver, and gold. Nothing more. EA says this is designed to make item rarity easier to understand while also helping holographic cards stand out more clearly. One consequence of that is pack descriptions will no longer advertise a guaranteed number of rare items. However, EA insists that pack probability should remain broadly consistent with FC 26, especially for lower rated players. So although the wording changes, they aren't intending to completely change the overall pack opening experience. One of the biggest quality of life improvements announced today is coming to squad building challenges. If you've played Ultimate Team for years, you'll know how tedious some SBCs can become, building chemistry, changing positions, swapping players around, just to hit one overall rating requirement. EA says they want to remove some of that repetitive friction. That's where Streamlined SBCs come in. Instead of building an entire squad around multiple restrictions, you'll simply choose eligible items from your club. Each item contributes a score based on overall rating, item rarity. Exactly the same scoring system that's used inside the FUT Gallery. As you submit players, your progress bar fills. Once you reach the target score, you've completed the SBC. Another welcome addition, you don't have to finish an SBC in one go anymore. You can submit part of the required score, leave, come back later, and continue exactly where you left off. That's something players have wanted for a long time. Even better, duplicate cards can now contribute towards the same SBC. Instead of desperately trying to find somewhere to put duplicate players, you'll simply be able to submit them directly. That should make club management far less frustrating throughout the year. EA is also moving away from rigid squad overall requirements in many player and upgrade SBCs. Instead, you might simply need to reach a total score. That means you could complete an SBC by submitting lots of lower rated cards, a handful of elite cards, or a mixture of both. It gives players much more flexibility depending on how they've built their club. Traditional puzzle style SBCs aren't disappearing completely. Those challenge SBCs will still exist, but EA says the majority of player and upgrade SBCs will use this much faster system going forward. Personally, I think this is one of the strongest changes in today's deep dive. Anything that reduces menu grinding without removing meaningful decisions is a positive. Evolutions are also receiving some significant improvements. The biggest new feature is called Pathways. Until now, every evolution followed one fixed upgrade route. FC 27 changes that. Now, some evolutions will offer multiple branching upgrade paths. For example, One route might improve dribbling while adding the technical playstyle, another might improve defensive awareness while unlocking jockey instead. So instead of everyone ending up with the identical evolution cards, players can tailor upgrades towards their own tactics and style of play. Not every evolution will use this system. Traditional linear evolutions are still staying, but when pathways appear, you'll have genuine decisions to make. Planning evolutions has become almost a game in itself, and EA clearly knows that. That's why they're introducing Evolution Chain Preview. Previously, you could only preview one evolution before committing. Now, you'll also be able to see where that evolution could lead next. So before spending coins or committing a player, you'll know what evolution opportunities could become available. It's a relatively small feature, but for players who carefully map out their evolution routes, it's going to save a huge amount of guesswork. Finally, the PlayStyle Lab is back, but it's changing slightly. Instead of starting from scratch, eligible players will already arrive with a selection of pre-applied playstyles. You'll then customise part of the card, rather than completely rebuilding it. EA says some playstyles will also require more effort to unlock than others. The goal is to preserve what makes individual players unique, while still giving players meaningful ways to personalise their squad. EA also acknowledged community feedback around evolution balance. They say they'll continue adjusting how evolutions compare with transfer market cards, objectives, and SBC rewards, and they'll share more details closer to launch. But if they get that balance right, it should ensure evolutions remain valuable throughout the season without becoming the only upgrade path worth using. EA is also introducing a brand new campaign hub to make Ultimate Team feel much easier to navigate throughout the year. If you've played FUT before, you'll know how busy it can become. Objective, SBCs, evolutions, live events, promotions. Sometimes it's difficult to know where to start. The new campaign hubs aims to solve that. Instead of hunting through multiple menus, you'll be able to see everything connected to the current campaign in one place. That includes objectives, SBCs, evolutions, gallery sets, live events, and available rewards. The idea is simple. You should immediately understand what's currently live, what rewards are available, and exactly where to go next. It's a quality of life feature, but one that should make Ultimate Team feel much less overwhelming, especially during the busiest periods. One of the biggest gameplay additions in today's deep dive is single-player live events. Until now, many themed Ultimate Team events have been focused on online competition, but FC27 changes that. EA is expanding live events with a dedicated offline experiences against AI opponents. That means players who prefer single-player content won't miss out on themed events anymore. These aren't designed to feel like ordinary squad battle matches either. EA says that each event can feature custom squads, unique match rules, special squad requirements, theme-specific opponents, so every event should feel different. Some live events will also unfold over multiple rounds. Each stage introduces something new. For example, the opening match might allow you to choose your difficulty, later rounds may lock the difficulty, introduce stronger opponents, or require more specific squads. Instead of every match feeling identical, the challenge builds naturally as you progress. Because these matches are played against AI, EA has much more freedom to design unique opponents. Events could revolve around a specific club, a league, a tournament, a live football moment, a current Ultimate Team campaign. One example EA gave was recreating a knockout tournament. You'd progress through multiple rounds facing authentic clubs using realistic squads with custom tactics designed to reflect those teams. That's a really interesting idea because it gives offline players experiences that feel much more memorable than simply just facing another randomly generated squad battles team. Difficulty is also becoming much more flexible. Some events will let you choose how challenging they are, others will increase automatically as you advance. Using EA's tournament example, the progression could look something like semi-pro, professional, world class, legendary, each round becoming tougher than the last. That creates a much stronger feeling of progression than simply selecting one difficulty before the match and leaving it there. Now let's talk about one of EA's biggest design philosophies for FC27, item progression. EA says they want players to enjoy their squads for longer. In recent Ultimate Teams, cards have often become outdated incredibly quickly. One week you've packed a brilliant player, the following Friday they're already behind the latest promo. EA want to slow that cycle down. At launch, player ratings and playstyles will be very similar to FC26. However, by the end of the season, EA intends the difference between base cards and endgame promo cards to be noticeably smaller than it was last year. In other words, your players shouldn't become obsolete nearly as quickly. Another major balance adjustment, the maximum number of playstyle plus traits on a single player is being reduced. Instead of allowing up to 5, the new limit is now 3. EA believes this will help preserve player identity and stop elite cards becoming capable of doing absolutely everything. Personally, I think that's an interesting decision. It means choosing players could become much more about how they fit your style, rather than simply picking whoever has the longest list of playstyle plus abilities. EA is also changing how promotions work throughout the year. Specifically, will be around 5 fewer weeks featuring a brand new campaign squad. That doesn't mean fewer updates overall. There will still be objectives, live content, SBCs, events and evolutions, but fewer promo teams should make the major campaigns feel much more significant when they arrive, instead of constantly replacing your squad every single Friday. You'll have more time to actually enjoy the players you've earned. Finally, EA want the overall squad building journey to feel much smoother. The early stages of Ultimate Team should still help players build a competitive starter squad fairly quickly. However, progressing from a good squad to a truly elite squad will require more time, more engagement, and stronger performances throughout the year. To support that, EA says they're adjusting almost every progression system. That includes campaign rewards, SBCs, evolutions, objectives, player distribution. Campaign squads may also become smaller where it makes sense, helping individual promo players stand out instead of releasing huge collections of cards every single week. The overall goal is simple: reward consistent play, create meaningful upgrades throughout the season, and make every improvement to your squad feel earned. Another interesting change in FC27 focuses on player roles. EA says one of the biggest pieces of feedback from the community was how popular evolutions became when they added Role Plus and Role Plus Plus familiarity. Players loved having more freedom to use cards in different tactical systems, so in FC27, every special item released throughout the year will automatically receive Role Plus Plus familiarity across every role within both their primary and secondary positions. That gives you much more flexibility when building your squad, instead of being locked up into one specific tactical setup. Your favourite players should be able to fit a wider variety of systems. EA also admitted that roles have sometimes felt a little too restrictive. Players could become so focused on sticking to their assigned role that attacking movement occasionally felt predictable. To address that, FC27 introduces attacking spatial awareness. The idea is that attacking players will naturally recognise open space more effectively and make smarter runs without feeling completely tied to their role instructions. Combined with gameplay additions like triggered curve runs, pass and follow runs, and skill-based crossing, EA believes attacking football should become more dynamic and create greater variety in formations and tactical setups. It's another example of EA trying to make attacking play feel less scripted and more intelligent. Now let's talk about rewards, because this is another area receiving significant changes. EA says too many rewards have traditionally been locked behind weekly objectives, mode rewards, or long multi-match grinds. That means players often spend hours playing before receiving anything meaningful. FC27 aims to change that. One of the biggest additions is end of match rewards. Instead of waiting until the end of next week, you'll begin earning more rewards immediately after individual matches. EA expects part of the rewards currently tied to the weekly mode rewards and live event objectives to move into match coins and season points. That means every game should feel like it's moving your club forward. Even after you've completed your weekly rewards, you still have meaningful reasons to continue playing your favourite mode. I actually think this is one of the best quality of life improvements announced today for the entire game. Ultimate Team has sometimes felt like everything resets every Thursday. This should make progression feel much more immediate. EA also wants players to have more freedom in how they build their clubs. To support that, they're increasing the proportion of rewards delivered through FUT coins and tradable packs, rather than locking everything behind untradable content. Whether you enjoy playing matches, completing SBCs, or trading on the market, EA says you'll have flexibility when deciding how to improve your team. Their overall philosophy is simple: provide more immediate rewards while giving players greater choice. Event tokens are also coming back. They were introduced during FC26 World Game Update, and EA clearly sees them becoming a permanent part of Ultimate Team moving forward. Tokens give players another progression route during events, instead of working towards only one reward. You'll be able to save tokens and choose rewards that matter most to you. EA says they'll appear in both evergreen programs and event-specific promotions throughout the year. Overall, this feels like one of the biggest Ultimate Team redesigns we've seen in quite some time. The headline feature is obviously FUT Gallery. It's an entirely new progression system that finally gives your club a sense of history rather than constantly replacing players and forgetting about them. But honestly, some of the biggest improvements might actually be the smaller quality of life changes. Things like streamlined SBCs, partial SBC submissions, duplicate submissions, campaign hub, end of match rewards, evolution planning. Those are all features players interact with every single day, and if EA gets those right, Ultimate Team could feel far less frustrating throughout the year. There are still plenty of questions we'll need answers to once the game launches. How generous will gallery rewards actually be? How rare will holographic items become? Will end of match rewards genuinely feel worthwhile? And will slowing progression keep squads interesting for longer? Those answers will only come in time, but on paper, EA has introduced some genuinely ambitious ideas for FC27 Ultimate Team. What do you think about everything EA revealed today? Are you excited about FUT Gallery? Or are streamlined SBC and end of match rewards the real game changers? Let me know down your thoughts in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more FC27 coverage, and keep an eye on Riot Kit because we've got plenty more videos covering everything EA Sports FC27 in the lead up to launch. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.